Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into the tech that powers pretty much everything, from the navigation app on your phone to how entire cities plan for the future. We're talking about Geographic Information Systems, or GIS. It's this amazing field built on one simple but incredibly powerful question: where? But to really get a feel for the power of GIS, we're not going to start with some dry technical definition. Nope. We're going to go back in time to a life or death mystery that was actually solved by thinking spatially. So, picture this. It's London, 1854, and a terrifying cholera outbreak is just ripping through the Soho district. Now, at the time, everyone thought the disease was spreading through bad air. But one doctor, a man named John Snow, he just wasn't buying it. He did something that was, frankly, revolutionary for his time. He started putting dots on a map for every single death. And what his map showed was, well, it was a horrifying pattern. A huge, dense cluster of deaths all centered around one single public water pump on Broad Street. By literally visualizing the data, he proved the disease wasn't in the air, it was in the water. They removed the pump handle, and just like that, the outbreak started to fade. This right here, this is the soul of GIS, using geography to solve a mystery, and in this case, to save lives. That story is the perfect way to get us started, right? So, what is the modern version of Dr. Snow's map? What exactly is a geographic information system? When you boil it all down, a GIS is a system that's specifically built to handle any data that has a location. You can think of it like a smart map. It's not just for looking at places, it's a whole framework for asking really complex questions about our world and getting answers that are based on geography. It really helps to break GIS into two parts. So first, you've got the geographic data itself. That's the raw spatial info, the where. This could be the exact location of every single fire hydrant in a city. Then you have the information system, and that's the powerful software that lets you play with that data. So you could ask the system, hey, show me which fire hydrants are within 100 meters of a school. See, that's where the magic really happens. And the real power of GIS, the whole point, is finding what we call spatial coincidence. Okay, imagine you're opening a new coffee shop. You've got all these different layers of info on a map. One layer shows you areas with tons of foot traffic, another one shows you neighborhoods with young professionals, and maybe a third one shows you where the rent is affordable. That sweet spot, right? The place where all those layers overlap, that's your spatial coincidence, and that's the perfect spot for your new shop. Okay, but how does a GIS actually find these patterns? How does it take our messy, complicated world and turn it into something a computer can actually understand? Well, it all comes down to two basic ways of looking at things. So on one hand, a GIS can see the world as a bunch of discrete objects. Just think of things that have clear boundaries, things you can point to and count. Fire hydrants, property lines, roads. It's like a world of separate, distinct things. On the other hand, it can see the world as a continuous field, where every single point on the map has a value, like temperature or elevation. There are no gaps, it's just this seamless surface of data. Now, as you can see here, these two different ways of looking at the world get digitized in different ways. On the left, those discrete objects are captured using what we call vector data, super precise points, lines, and polygons. Think of it like drawing with a pen. On the right, continuous fields are captured using raster data, which is basically a grid of pixels, just like a photo, where every single pixel has a value. This is more like painting with a brush. Each one has its strengths, and a really powerful GIS uses both of them. So, we've got the theory down, but how does this stuff actually come to life in the tools we use today? Well, the modern GIS world is really dominated by two powerful platforms that work together, one that lives right on your desktop and another that lives up in the cloud. On one side, you've got ArcGIS Pro. This is the beast. It's the powerhouse desktop software for the GIS pros who are doing that really deep, complex analysis and making those stunning, professional-grade maps. Then, on the other side, you have ArcGIS Online. This is the flexible, web-based platform that's all about sharing, collaborating, and just making GIS easy for everybody to access, from your boss to the public, on any device they have. This table here really lays it all out pretty clearly. You can see that ArcGIS Pro is what you need when you've got to have that ultimate power and control, for things like advanced 3D modeling or writing custom scripts. But when it's time to share what you found with your team or with the whole world in real time, yeah, that's where ArcGIS Online just shines. It's built for collaboration from the ground up. And that really gets to the most important point here. This isn't about choosing one over the other. Not at all. Think of it like a professional kitchen. You have your big, powerful oven for the heavy-duty cooking, but you also have a microwave for doing things quickly and easily. You need both. It's exactly the same with ArcGIS Pro and Online. They are designed to work together perfectly. So a typical workflow usually looks something like this. An analyst starts in ArcGIS Pro, doing the heavy lifting, the really deep analysis. Then, with just a click, they publish their work up to ArcGIS Online. And from there, anyone, a manager, a worker in the field, a member of the public, can interact with that information through a simple web browser, no special software needed. It's this beautiful, seamless jump from deep analysis to wide-open accessibility. And this whole workflow, from the desktop to the cloud, it's already completely changing how we use geographic information. But believe me, it does not stop here. The future of GIS is being shaped right now by tying it into even more cutting-edge tech. We're seeing the rise of something called GeoAI, where artificial intelligence can automatically scan satellite images to find damaged buildings right after a hurricane. Think of the time that saves in a disaster response. And then you've got digital twins, and this is wild. We're building living, breathing 3D models of entire cities that get updated in real time with sensor data, helping us manage traffic or energy use way more efficiently. The possibilities are just blowing up every single day, and they're bringing our digital and physical worlds closer than ever. From optimizing delivery routes to save fuel, to planning cities that can stand up to climate change, to making sure everybody has fair access to healthcare, the challenges we face are huge and complicated. GIS gives us this unique lens to understand these problems, and an incredibly powerful set of tools to start solving them. It's really not just about making maps anymore. It's about making a real difference. So the only question left is, what spatial problem will you solve?